So in today's video, we're going to open this Cuisinart Ninja Creami competitor and see what it's like. It took forever to turn up, and then I did a couple of other videos prior to this, so it's taken a while. But is it a Ninja Creami competitor? Kind of. Ninja Creamis and all the other variations of which are hundreds now flooding the market from China. They're the Packajet style machines. So with the blade, rise and fall, spins, breaks everything up. None of them have any overrun, so you're making enough frozen dessert rather than ice cream, but most people don't care. So it's a good brand. Let's take it out of the box and actually see what we've got. Fun, fast frozen desserts. FastFreeze ice cream maker comes with 3 half-pint cups with lids. So number one, half-pint cups, half the size of a Ninja Creami standard. And to be fair, that's not a bad thing, because there's not many of us that would, I am definitely one of those people that would sit down and eat an entire pint of ice cream in one go. I've been doing that since I was about 10, a couple of years ago. Let's take it out. Oh my God, it won't come out. Yes. Instructions. Oh, nicely wrapped in paper. It's actually the kind of paper that fish and chips comes in the UK. I miss UK fish and chips. One of the only things I miss from the UK. I've tried all the different places over here. There's a place in Calgary though, I think it's called the Great British Chippy or something, but they never open. So, how you're supposed to try it, I don't know. I'm digressing. This is obviously the spring mechanism. There's your blade, like that. It's got a spring inside here, and then your connections. Very similar connection to the Ninja Creami, so how the blade connects into the motor shaft, if you will. Very, very similar shape there. So this is really what it is. It's a Ninja Creami Deluxe without the empty space around it. So these are the parts that it came with. I've got 3 half-pint containers, nice, and then our base for which they attach to, and then finally our motor housing here. I've always quite liked Cuisinart. It's a very North American way of saying it. If you're in Europe, the chances are you say Cuisinart. Say it how you like. Did they twist on? No, they just push on. All right, cool. Don't know why they felt it necessary to to enlarge the base for stability. It's barely an inch extra width, so there we go. Let's get this thing off. On the front, we have our settings, and what we do is turn this bit to suit what it is we're making. So we've got milkshake. Get the instructions, Jones. Our ice cream setting, traditional dairy, non-dairy recipes for scoopable ice cream, so hard ice cream. Sorbet, fruit-based treats. They're not all sorbet are fruit-based. Mix-ins, so that's hopefully a slower setting. I would very much love for this to be a slower setting than the Ninja Creami mix-in or add-in settings. Slushy, fruit-forward frozen drinks. And milkshakes. I personally like ice cream heavy milkshakes more than milk heavy milkshakes. I like my traditional kind of US style milkshake, thick, that you can almost pick up with a spoon, but you can just suck it through the straw. That to me is a perfect milkshake consistency. Not something that you can, slurp like a bottle of Coke. Operating instructions: prepare the base, blah, blah, blah. Do not fill over the max line. Carbonated beverages. It's a very English sounding instruction manual for carbonated beverages. Use 1/3 less than standard liquid ice cream base. Freeze for 24 hours, blah, 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 blah. All right, so that's it. And then there's some recipes. These are the recipes that come with the book. They all do this, and they're all crap. Let's have a look. Half cup heavy cream, quarter cup whole milk, 3 tablespoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I don't know. Dulce de leche, banana split, protein, pink lemonade slushy, blueberry cheesecake, frozen yogurt, cherry coconut ice cream. Nice. So there, we just select the one we want and press go. Now, where's the front? There. So what it will do is we will take this off and it will go, and I'll give you a close-up shot here. Look. That sits on like that, and you literally just lock it in place with one hand, like so. And that gives us our complete assembly. Our ice cream will be in here. And then this is our base with which we simply sit that onto there. That is it. We have assembled our machine, and instead of having a motor go up and down for us, we hold, that's why I've enlarged the base. We hold our fingers down onto there like that, and then we push down on the top. I can't do that because I'm holding the camera at the same time, but you get the idea. If we didn't do that, we had no control over the lift, because as you can see, when you push all the way down and let go, it doesn't go all the way up to the top. Maybe the spring should have been a bit stronger inside so that it actually lifts all the way back to the top. But if you're holding onto the base, you push it down at the speed that you want, pull it back up. Now, I've read the reviews on Amazon, and a lot of people moan that the motor is not strong enough. Now, that motor is only going to be strong enough when in line with the speed that you push this down with. That's just physics, okay? If you push this down really hard and fast, the motor will start to seize up because you're going too fast for the motor to spin through the ice cream. But at the same time, you don't want to just gently sit on top and it take forever to spin. So we need to make sure that the recipes we use for this are going to be balanced for this machine. And that's not new. That's not unique to this. You have to balance recipes for Ninja Creamis. You have to balance recipes for a churn machine. You have to balance recipes for commercial batch freezers. That's not new. That has to happen any way you make ice cream. If you've got a weak-ass ice cream machine and it just doesn't have the motor strength to churn, you know, a lower sugar ice cream, then you must balance that out so that it does have the ability to churn it. So you need to change the viscosity, increase the sugar, increase the amount of sugar substitute that you use, all things like this. You've got to change your recipes to suit the machine that you're using. Stop whinging that the machine is crap. The majority of ice cream machines, and I mean this, will all produce reasonable ice cream. You've just got to change the recipes enough so that that machine has a fighting chance. All right, so you can get the cheapest ice cream machine known to man and figure out a way to make the best ice cream possible in that machine. Are you going to be able to make an ice cream that is comparable to, you know, your Muso machines, your Nemox machines, your commercial batch freezers? No, you won't make something that is comparable to that, but you will make something that is really decent and generally much better than the crap that you buy in the stores. With that in mind, let's quickly knock up a simple ice cream so we can freeze these and get making. So, what are we going to use? For this Cuisinart machine review, we're going to make a super simple ice cream with condensed milk. Sweetened condensed milk in the US. Just look at the sugar content. Loaded with sugar, it's the right stuff. I'm using 33% cream because I'm going to make this into a semi-gelato, even though there's no overrun. And milk, going to make an orange gelato here. There's no overrun. So, you know, it's as close as you can get to a gelato in the Ninja Creami style machines. Super quick ice cream prep. So we're going to start with 258 grams of milk. I'm going to use whole milk here. Cup measurements in the description. 38 grams of our cream. We're going to add in 196 grams of our condensed milk. Over here, we buy condensed milk, so Canada, we buy condensed milk. Sometimes it's labelled as sweetened condensed milk depending on the brand. That is usually the case if it's a US brand that is brought over to Canada for sale. So in the US, sweetened condensed milk, 196 grams. Let me know in the comments if you are of that age group where you would eat this with a spoon out the can, because I absolutely did. And I've still got all my teeth, which is great. And finally, orange extract from Bulk Barn. This is Clubhouse brand. It is ingredients: alcohol, orange oil. For those people that get confused, look on the back of your extract. If alcohol is the number one ingredient, it's alcohol based. If glycerin is the number one ingredient, it's glycerin based. Generally, you know, there are 1-to-1 depending on the recipe, but if you're really looking for that freezing point depression, alcohol is better, stronger at it than glycerin. But in here, we're going to use 6.5 grams. My scale will weigh 6.5 grams. If yours doesn't, it's kind of just over a teaspoon. The condensed milk, sweetened condensed milk, that contains our sugars and our milk solids non-fat. It's a perfect source for solids in quick recipes like this. So with that together, and we've got enough in here for these 2 containers, so let's fill those up. Super nice and easy. Let's pop these in the freezer to harden off. We'll come back tomorrow, get these spun up and see what this machine is like. For those that wonder, this machine has been purchased by me for review. This has not been given to me at all, so I can be truthful and honest. And to be fair, I'm truthful and honest whether people pay me to review their machines as well. You're going to get an honest review regardless of whether the machine is any good or not. So let's wait for these to freeze up, and then tomorrow we'll get these spun, add a little bit of summit inside just to make this ice cream a little bit better. It's actually gelato. Next day, obviously, this will suffer the same issues as a Ninja Creami with the hump. That hump is because you've got too much water in your recipe. As it freezes, water expands, and as it freezes from the outside in, it forces all the expansion out into the middle. So it just means that your recipe isn't designed very well. Okay, as you can see here, perfectly flat top. So even though this is a super easy condensed milk based ice cream, we've still got the balance right, no hump. Right, that side. Let's carry on looking at this. So we're going to use number 1 setting, which is the ice cream or the hard ice cream setting, and then we've got the middle one, which is down the bottom here. I'll put a little picture on the screen. This is our add-in setting. So first off, let's talk about this just a little bit more. This has your blade in it down here. Big downside to this is you cannot remove the blade for cleaning, so you need to clean this base, and this is basically a gearbox or a housing for your blade. But to be fair, it's pretty easy just to push that out and clean that, and then you're done. Your motor will not go in there without a container on the bottom. There is 2 safety latches under here which stop you doing that, and that's because if you were able to install this, you could then press the button and then you've got access to that blade spinning. So that's a nice little safety feature. So we're going to stick our base on there like that. Might as well actually use the proper one. We're going to stick our base, little turn to lock, in we go. It's clipped into place. Let's get the other camera going and see how this processes. And this little light also changes color depending on where in the travel. It was green all the way down to the bottom where it went red, which tells us time to stop. It's at the bottom, and then we travel back up, and then here we go back to the top and it's green again. Now the travel time you need to consider. There's no specs in the instructions or on the box as to the motor strength, so wattage of the motor. It's not very high. It's a small container, but the speeds that you push down and bring up should be in line with that of a Ninja Creami. It's actually a bit quicker. So with that in mind, let's take the blade, take the motor out, and then same kind of thing. If you've got the motor in the top, it will not let you take that out for safety reasons. So you take the motor out first and then take this out. And let's see what we're left with. That's the underside. We can simply rinse that in some water. Let's do a close-up of this. Not quite as smooth aesthetically as a Ninja Creami. Before we do add-ins, let's just... Absolutely fine. Tastes just as smooth, so it's just a looks thing. And before we finish up, what I really want to do is try the add-in setting. So, going to get a little bit of chocolate. Going to work quickly because we don't want the ice cream to melt. Obviously, ice cream with no air will melt faster once it gets going than ice cream with air because it doesn't have the insulation properties of the air bubbles. So we're going to chop up. Let's get that into the top of our container. Lid goes on, motor goes in. Let's change this to the add-in setting and let's spin this in. That easy, that mixing setting, infinitely better than a Ninja Creami. It doesn't take 75 years. Little button on the back. Now press that, and that releases that motor. Here we go. Orange gelato with Lindt chocolate orange flex using the Cuisinart Ice FD10. Really cheap machine. Very much in line with Ninja Creami. When you look at the reviews, people are obviously just pushing it down way too fast. And as you see the videos online of people doing this, they're pushing it down way too hard. And they're also starting with really bad ice cream recipes, so it's all ice. Balance your recipes properly, and this goes for Ninja Creami too, and you won't have any problems with the spin process, okay? A commercial packager has a much more powerful motor and mechanism and gearbox than all of these home machines, so it doesn't have a problem. Home machines built very much differently. This one, half pint batches. Personally for me, I would rather have a half pint batch, which means I can process one when I want it, eat the whole thing and not have to worry about it. 250 gram, well it's actually slightly less than that, it'd be 225 milliliters. Perfect serving size for an individual. So a really nice texture. There are no motor specs that I can find at the moment. I will keep searching for them. If I find them before this video goes live, I will put them on the screen and in the description. But just go steady with this machine. Really nice one. Really, really like this. We've got some more settings. You know, we've got sorbets, milkshakes, and slushies. So really nice machine. Super compact too. You know, you take these, put them in a cupboard. This is tiny. Tiny little thing. So not a sponsored video. Actually really like this machine. For those of you that don't make a lot of ice cream but still want to eat good ice cream, have a look at one of these. They're available in North America and Europe. Big fan of this one. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you next week when we're going back to, can't see it, that machine over there, which is the soft serve machine, because I want some chocolate soft serve.